It's all covered in today's China Truths.
Hong Kong, once a dazzling global financial hub, is now caught in Beijing's economic storm. The city that once rivaled New York and London with its low taxes, rule of law, and open markets has been stripped of its shine. Since the 1997 handover, Hong Kong has drifted closer to the mainland's model, its unique advantages fading one by one. The 2019 protests and the sweeping national security law in 2020 only accelerated its decline. Now, China's deep recession is hammering Hong Kong on every front: economic, political, and social. The cracks are everywhere. Wage arrears have ballooned into tens of millions of dollars, sparking road blockades, strikes, and furious demonstrations. Workers are scaling scaffolding, holding banners, and demanding the pay they're owed, while police are dispatched to contain the anger. The construction industry isn't alone. The city's catering sector, once thriving, is crumbling. Bankruptcies, debt, and unpaid wages are gutting restaurants large and small. A shocking example came on May 7th when Ocean Empire Kanji, a household name for 3 decades, suddenly shuttered all outlets. Nearly 100 workers rushed to the Labor Department seeking $15 million in overdue pay, many having gone an entire month without wages. Some were juggling multiple roles: cashier, dishwasher, bartender, only to end up jobless overnight. Rising costs, falling consumer spending, and a weekend exodus of diners to Shenzhen have delivered a crushing blow to Hong Kong's restaurants. Between May 2024 and April 2025, 2,234 eateries closed while only 1,179 opened, a net loss that speaks volumes. 13 major chains have already collapsed this year alone. Every closure leaves behind a trail of lawsuits, debt, and broken lives. Shopping malls and foreign firms are being dragged down as well. The broader economy is stagnant, making wage recovery nearly impossible. Labor activists warn Hong Kong is starting to look more like the mainland. Long hours, endless pressure, and no certainty of pay. A toxic subcontracting system in construction means workers are abandoned whenever shady middlemen vanish. In late 2024, the city's construction industry employees union recorded nearly 200 cases affecting almost 2,000 workers, with arrears topping $300 million. Online, bitter voices echo the same refrain. Since Britain left, Hong Kong's prosperity went with it. Commentators mock the promise of one country, two systems, calling it one country, one trap. Exploitation, lawsuits, and disappearing paychecks are now the new normal under Beijing's grip. Unions are demanding urgent reforms, harsher penalties for abusive employers, tighter regulations, and a stronger wage protection fund. But with the property market in freefall and China's recession worsening, Hong Kong faces a grim reality. The city, once known as Asia's financial crown jewel, is now fighting just to keep its workers paid. On social media, anger over Hong Kong's decline erupts daily. One furious post read, "Hong Kong is now indistinguishable from the mainland. Wage arrears are what you get when the rule of law dies." Others called it a governance meltdown, warning that workers' misery mirrors what ordinary citizens endure across China. Another bitter comment summed it up. "This is Hong Kong under CCP rule, where power is absolute, abuse is routine, and even wages can't be guaranteed." Sarcasm turned dark in another viral post. "Congratulations, Hong Kongers. You've finally joined the happy life of Chinese citizens. Next step, kneeling. They'll make you kneel when you protest, brand you with health codes, ban you from traveling to Beijing, cut off your internet, freeze your accounts, track you as troublemakers, and if nothing works, they'll throw you into a psychiatric ward." The city's downfall isn't just about a broken economy, it's about people leaving. The middle class is fleeing in droves. To plug the gap, Beijing rolled out the Quality Migrant Admission Scheme, advertising it as a way to attract global talent. In reality, over 90% of the new arrivals had close ties to the party. Critics say the plan is obvious: drain Hong Kong of its own citizens and repopulate it with Beijing's loyal elite. Now state-run outlets openly champion the idea of new Hong Kong people, even using the chilling phrase, "keep Hong Kong, not its people." That slogan has shaken locals to the core, fueling fears that the city will be rebuilt as nothing more than a mainland clone. The promise of one country, two systems still lingers, but few believe it anymore. When the Basic Law was signed, Beijing swore Hong Kong's freedoms would survive until 2047. But after that, the law says nothing. Independent analyst David Webb laid it bare in a fiery speech at the Foreign Correspondents' Club this May. Hong Kong's uniqueness came from its contrast with the mainland. We once had a lean government that focused on essentials, education, healthcare, a safety net. Slowly, we've slid into Beijing-style central planning. His warning was stark. After 2047, what will law students even study? Hong Kong law or Chinese law? He ended with a blunt truth. Our prosperity was born from laissez-faire. That era is gone. The real question is not just whether Hong Kong's economy can bounce back, but whether this city can ever reclaim its freedom, trust, and identity. Meanwhile, Shanghai trembles under its own storm. Panic has gripped the property market. Even the richest families are liquidating assets at breakneck speed. For ordinary residents, it feels like more than a housing crash. It feels like the prelude to chaos. One woman confessed in fear, "I scrolled through the listings last night. My hands shook. There are 160,000 homes up for sale." The frenzy is visible on the streets. Neighbors don't ask where you live anymore. They ask if you've sold your house yet. Prices are plunging faster than anyone imagined. In Pudong, a school-zone apartment worth 80,000 yuan per square meter just weeks ago now sells for 65,000. On the city's outskirts, over 400 listings in a single block have already fallen below 2019 levels. Those who bailed out early are called smart. Everyone else is told the same thing: sell fast or drown with the market. This collapse, with some homes losing half their value, is no longer just a buyer's paradise. It is a glaring red alert, exposing the shaky foundations of China's once mighty housing empire. Shanghai's property dream is collapsing in real time. What once looked like the crown jewel of China's housing market has turned into a nightmare. For years, luxury apartments in Shanghai weren't just homes. They were status symbols, investment havens, and the ultimate proof of China's booming future. But it's not only Shanghai. Beijing, Shenzhen, and other major cities are trapped in the same downward spiral. In Beijing, high-end apartments sit unsold despite steep discounts. In Shenzhen, once the playground of tech millionaires, investors are dumping properties at fire sale prices. Across Guangzhou, Chengdu, and Hangzhou, the story repeats. Empty towers, desperate sellers, and collapsing confidence. The city that was once a barometer of China's real estate strength is now the epicenter of its weakness. Buyer psychology has flipped overnight. Wealthy clients, once scrambling to outbid each other, now wait on the sidelines in fear. The logic is simple. Why buy today when tomorrow's price could be lower? This shift in confidence has triggered something far bigger than a market cooling. It's a freefall, and it isn't just Shanghai's penthouses. Across the city, second-hand housing listings are flooding the market. Discounts of 50% to 70% are no longer rare. They're the new normal. By late 2024, when industry titan Vanke collapsed under the weight of unpaid debts, it was no longer possible to deny the truth. China's housing empire is crumbling nationwide. The panic has spilled into Chinese social media, where one chilling phrase has gone viral: "Shanghai people fleeing Shanghai." Commenters say this is about more than money. It's about survival instincts. Shanghai, a global port city at the edge of the Taiwan Strait, lives under the shadow of potential conflict. Whispers of war have made many residents believe that selling and leaving now might be the only safe choice. A viral video from 61-year-old Mr. Kong struck a nerve. He warned that Shanghai's property decline could accelerate into an uncontrollable spiral. His reasoning? Two forces colliding at once: ominous prophecies of coastal war and the crushing economic downturn that is pushing families to retreat to cheaper inland cities. The demographic shifts tell the same story. While smaller Western cities are gaining new residents, mega hubs like Shanghai are bleeding people. And the most telling sign? China's wealthy elite are packing up and moving abroad. From Singapore to Tokyo, from London to Los Angeles, High net worth individuals are quietly securing their escape routes. Their silent exodus delivers a brutal message. Even the people who once benefited most from China's rise no longer believe in its future. For ordinary Shanghainese, the pain is unbearable. Daily conversations now echo despair. One woman asked bluntly, "Why does Shanghai feel poorer than second or third-tier cities?" She revealed that friends in the charging station business estimate the city has lost 2 to 3 million residents in just 2 years. It's not just migrant workers leaving. Even lifelong locals are abandoning their birthplace. Soaring medical bills, skyrocketing tuition fees, and suffocating living expenses are forcing families to give up and go home. It feels like we're trapped inside an invisible pressure cooker, burning alive every single day, she confessed. The evidence of collapse is everywhere. Once bustling mega malls now stand empty. Glittering storefronts are boarded up. The silence inside shuttered shopping districts clashes violently with Beijing's claim that GDP is growing at 5%. The reality on the ground fuels one inevitable suspicion: the numbers are fake. Netizens mock official reports, saying, "The economy is falling apart. No policy can save it. Housing won't rise again." Others go further. If 2024 was the year China weakened, 2025 is the year it collapses. This implosion is more than falling house prices. It's the death of a system. For decades, Chinese property wasn't just concrete. It was belief, faith, and the core of family wealth. Now that belief is shattered. The panic selling, the mass departure of elites, the whispers of looming war, together, they form a single signal. China's society is losing confidence, not just in its economy, but in its entire future.
Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We will keep reporting on the COVID surge in China, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to get the latest videos. And thank you for tuning in.